Hello. Hey, everybody. It's the Golden Girls Coffee Klatch. I'm Cleo. I'm the host today. I'm also Dorothy from the Golden Girls, and we have Sherry, who's Blanche, Val, who's Rose, and Marina, who is Sophia. And welcome to today's show. And we're here to answer, well, maybe not answer, but we're here to discuss political questions, political fun and games.
Yeah.
So one of the first things I wanted to mention was on the Today Show this morning, they had a little girl on who is dressed up like a golden girl, and her name is Evelyn May, and she's 20 months, just a little baby, and it was so cute. I don't know if anybody saw it, but anyway, we are going to ask Evelyn May to be part of the Golden Girl Coffee Klatch as an honorary member. So, now
we need fresh blood, so
yeah. Let's start him young.
That is a little bit young.
Yeah.
So, as far as questions, and only thing I'm really actually just so disgusted with the politics right now, because they have the primaries and the caucuses, and of course Trump. We knew Trump was going to win all those, but I just did not appreciate his attitude towards Nikki Haley, and I hope that a lot of people were listening to what she had to say. I know she didn't have the votes to win, but she talks more sense, way more sense than Donald Trump. And I'm not for either Republican, but definitely not for the orange one. And all the negativity that is Joe Biden, that President Biden is getting. I'm just disgusted with that. I mean, that's just ridiculous that, no matter what comes up, he gets
the flack.
Yeah.
And Donald gets the, oh, well done. Well done.
Yeah. They'll talk, or either that, or you'll talk about where Trump is, confusing his words and can't remember his wife's name and slurring his words and stuff. But then what they want to talk about on the news is Joe Biden's too old.
Yeah.
It's craziness.
It's craziness. And, it just indicates their desperation.
Yes.
Because they are not going to do any good with all of this rhetoric. When it comes to voting and the polls, they are two different things, totally different. Who will show up to vote? A lot of women, a lot of gay people, a lot of people who want to choose to have democracy, to have freedom.
Well, and anybody but a rapist. We really don't want a rapist.
Thank you. And someone who can
convicted fraudster.
Yes.
Like, hello.
Yes. And someone who can speak a coherent sentence and actually make sense, which Nikki Haley could do.
Yes, she could.
And the orange one couldn't, although I'm not for any GOP candidates.
Yes.
I would be thrilled if when Joe Biden can go on with his second term in office, and we'll be well on our way by then.
He's got a lot of work to do too when he wins, because they're going to have to shore up voting rights.
There's a lot of
women's rights.
I believe he'll have the House and Senate and be able to do all of those things that he's been waiting. He probably has a punch list, a mile long. And as soon as he gets in there and he has the House and Senate, boom, 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 all these things will get done.
Voting rights is going to have to come first, no matter what's pressing. Because if we don't have that, then there's no sense in trying to do anything else.
Well, they also need to address the Supreme Court justices.
Yes.
That's a really primary problem.
I keep reading that they're going to increase the court so that there's one justice for every
District.
district court.
Yeah.
Because that's how it was originally set up to be.
Yeah.
And right now they've got with 13 district courts and
districts.
only 9 justices. So they're short a few. And
Yeah. Hey, Gerald.
hi, Gerald.
Is Gerald on here? Where is he?
Gerald,
Yes.
this is
Yeah,
just
he's
for
in there,
you.
y'all.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Gerald.
I'm not flopping as good as you yet. I got to practice. But
Yeah.
Well, and I
came in
know that
today.
during these primaries and stuff that they had a lot of uncommitted or something like that that you could vote for. And I understand the people that have families and relative, you know, that so many people are dying in Gaza and that they, but I don't know exactly what they want. I mean, I just think Biden is doing whatever he can. And so, you know, they're really taking it out on him. And that's just really, you know, he's doing what he can do. And, but yeah.
Well,
so
you would think that under the circumstances, considering what good friends, you know, Bibi and Trump are, that Trump would have called him already and said, listen, you got to end this because, you know, I want to use this to, you know, to get reelected. But apparently he hasn't done that yet.
Well,
So-
he also claims that he can instantly end the war between Russia and Ukraine.
Sure
So,
he can.
Yeah, sure. About
Yeah, exactly.
Russia.
Yeah. We're saying, okay, Russia, Ukraine, you're now part of Russia. There you go. Deal done. Okay, we're good.
Exactly.
Can someone get me
that's
peace
probably the way he would end it. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
Sad but true.
Yeah. Yeah. So just yeah, if you don't mind, Cleo, just want to say hello to some of the folks that are in here
Okay.
that have emailed us here, and she had a question. And Garden Genie, Sherry, Voices from the Swamp. I don't know who let her in. Whose job was it?
Some strange woman.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. And we've got Linda H. Mickey is here. Hi, Mickey. Rose Blue. Michelle from Astrological Tarot is here. We've got, I did say Rose Blue, and she's got some questions. Yeah. Linda De Gonzalez. Hello, Linda. Patricia Franzino. Welcome, Patricia. Nice to see you here. Who else? Jenny Berlin. Hi, Jenny. And Pia's Eclectic Life. Nice to see you here. We have got, and Mickey had a question. And Kika222, welcome. Glad to have you here. Maria is Receiving Abundance is also here. William Cottrell, Lori Hunsinger, Dolores Villanueva, welcome. Of course, Gerald, Tarot Stash, Christine Fryer. Okay, and Rossi is here. And Elena Garcia, hello. Leah is here. Jay Roberts, Christine Fryer, and Allie's NNC. Allie's NNC. Hello, hello. Yeah. So glad to have you all here. And if we forget to say hello to any of you, never take it personally. It just means we're so busy doing whatever we're doing. The chat goes by, and sometimes
it'll go a mile a minute, and you look up, and it's 100 messages away from what you saw the last time you looked at it.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if any of you want to star some of these questions or something, this is set up. I guess I didn't do that at all the first time I did this. And now that I'm looking at it, it looks different than when I'm not the host.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't
Well,
know
let's see.
exactly how that works.
Well, you can
You're the
star.
only one that can star.
You can
so-
star the questions by hitting the corner.
Okay. And then once you do that,
Mhm.
how do you bring it into the,
Then there's a place where they all collect, and you just go there.
Well, that's,
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking for, is that place where it all
Well,
collects.
first you have to
Okay.
star one.
You have to
and then-
star some
yeah.
first.
All right, there I go. I'm going to start starring stuff.
There
Go
you
ahead,
go.
speak
Okay, now
amongst
see,
yourselves.
up at the
Okay.
top right,
Speak
you
amongst
got another tab now that says starred.
Yeah.
And you click on that, and that'll bring up all the ones you
Yeah.
starred.
Yeah.
See where it's got live, and then right next to the live, there's one that it's not underlined, but you can click on it, and it's called starred, and that's where anything that you star that you want.
Okay,
that you
finally
want
the
put in there.
star is showing up. Okay.
And
There
then
you
when
go.
you're ready to take any of those questions,
You
just click
on it
on that starred
to show it.
to
Yeah.
and then click on the
Plus sign, and it shows it.
And
Yeah.
then it'll show it up, and then then you click it again, and it'll take it away.
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
All right.
Alrighty.
Secrets of the universe have been revealed.
Don't tell anyone though.
It's a
Another reason
secret.
we don't always see what's in the chat.
Yeah.
And also, it is Val's birthday today, so everybody wish Val a happy birthday.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday to Val.
Thank you.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday
that's good.
to
Low
Val.
key. Low key.
Happy
you guys.
birthday to Val. Happy birthday
to
That's
Val.
the extent of my
Okay, thank you.
And many more.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Enough. Enough.
She's not a day over 40.
Oh,
You
yeah.
look at her. She's
I'm not a
gorgeous.
day over 40. I'm 40. Yeah, my age is the new 40.
Yes. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. So yeah, we should have some good questions in here. And yeah, one of the ones that
I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions. I've got
Scroll
two
all the
of
way
them
to the top.
starred. But
You see
Yeah.
a bunch.
yeah, if you go all the way to the top, you'll see there's a bunch of them up there.
oh, really? Well, let's see. Yeah, I got that one starred.
There you go.
Then I got the next one is Val's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There
So
should be a
now-
few there
now-
from Sherry.
Pardden me?
There's
There should be a few there
me
from
that,
Sherry.
Um,
Who, yeah,
Where's
Rose Blue had sent them to her.
yeah.
I'm not seeing those.
They're at 502. 502, Sherry Voices from the Swamp, and it's a rose blue. The time is 502 and 503.
Okay. 502. Okay. There we go. There's one.
And
And
503.
there's the other one,
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm glad that everybody's being very patient with me.
Hey, we all gotta learn.
We had to do the same thing you're
We've all
doing.
been through this.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
been through it.
And a lot of us went through it without people on the panel and in the chat helping us do it. We were like just freaking out.
People in the
figuring it
chat were helping us. I mean,
Yes.
they knew more than
Yes.
we did.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So no, that is wonderful. And yeah, I had put a question in there, and actually I think Dolores Villanueva also her question is kind of the same as my question.
And
And
what time is her question?
My time is 7:13, so it would
That
be
would
I think
be-
6:13
Yeah.
your
6:13 our
6:13
time.
your time.
Yeah.
yeah. And oh yeah, hey, listen, we got all kinds of stuff in here.
Yeah.
Linda H at
Telling you.
16, Jay Roberts. Yeah.
Rossi.
Yeah.
Whew,
We got a bunch of good questions.
Yeah.
we do too. And just so you guys know, thank you for being here with me.
I'm sorry.
We're going up against Joe Biden
That's right.
because he is giving the State of the Union address.
And
So
I'm
let's
sure
all
a lot of-
send him lots of positive energy so that he stays on target, he delivers his message, and
Amen.
it's clearly understood by everyone.
Please.
And I'm sure there are folks like Autumn from Black and Orange and some of the others
Yes.
that are running live streams showing it for people
Yeah.
that don't get TV,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
I just wait till it's after the fact, and then I can go into NPR and
That's what I do. I
and
always
it
watch,
then.
but I watch it after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, oh, Biden just entered, Rose Blue says. Good. Okay. Well, then, as he's entering, let's just send him all kinds of white light and
Energy and flow. And
everything positive.
his words are going to just come out crystal clear.
Yeah, and Joe, please don't stumble getting to your
Don't say that.
because
I
if
hope
you do that, you'll never hear
I
the
hope
end
they
of
put
it.
the carpet down, tape
Yeah.
everything down, and then you can just walk smoothly to the podium.
And Karen Adams says, do you think 45 will actually debate with Biden? Not ever in a gazillion million years.
Not in a million, gazillion, trillion years.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be gained from that.
No.
Okay, can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
I
right.
had to plug in the headphones.
Oh,
brother's
and
getting ready to
Rossi
go to bed
says
because-
the Dem congressional women are dressed in white to honor women's rights. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
They did that for Trump's first State of the Union. All the Democratic women showed up in all white, and the Republicans lost their shit.
So we lose.
They flip out.
Well, you know what? So we lose a few of them. You know, life happens. Yeah. Santos is there? William Cottrell says. Yeah.
How Rossi
Cool.
says he's hamming it up as he's walking to the podium. Good for him.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Okay.
Oh, they have the IVF doctors with Dr. Joe Biden.
Biden. Nice.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful.
yeah. Imelda says, I'm
And
trying to listen to both.
Yeah.
You put them, Imelda, the trick is you put them on two separate systems with earbuds. And you put one earbud in with one system and the other earbud in with the other
Oh my
system.
God, I'm going
So
crazy.
you got both of them going into your head at the same time.
Oh my God.
And if you're not crazy by the time it's
there are
over,
people who do that too, and I can't. No.
me,
No,
I do it all the time.
no. One at a time. That's all my brain can handle.
That's it for me too. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There's one of the first questions.
Yes.
From Texas, will teachers ever be able to collect on both teacher retirement and Social Security? Some of us worked enough quarters and credits for money, but can't collect 100% of both. Will it be corrected?
Same thing in
Oh.
Louisiana.
Wow.
I
Staff
think so.
and teachers.
I think anytime that Social Security is something that the government provides for you. Your
contribute to it.
retirement fund is your employment fund. You contribute into that.
Yes,
You have
thank you.
every right to have
Yes.
that money.
Thank you. It's
Otherwise, yeah, if you don't want to give me that money, no problem. Just give it back. Don't give it to me.
Exactly.
Give me back what I paid.
It's
it's
like
your
right before-
Social Security account. You put the money in there.
Yeah.
That
before
is not
started
right.
working for
Just because you work and you have a retirement where you work, you don't get
That
your
doesn't
Social
affect it.
Security.
Exactly.
You don't get
But
your
see-
Social Security taken away. If I
Right.
work
That's where
for
they
the
started
credit
screwing
union
over state
XYZ,
workers.
nobody's taking my Social Security
Yes.
away. I'm going to get my retirement plan and my Social Security. Why should a teacher suffer? They don't even make that much money.
Thank
Exactly.
you. Well,
Well,
Louisiana,
this comes out of Texas. They think differently. I don't, you know,
Well-
and I guess Louisiana has the same problem, but
Louisiana
that's
has-
ridiculous.
Louisiana is a little different in that they passed a law that if you work for the state, they no longer take money out for Social Security. That money goes into your personal retirement fund. But even if you work for 30 years, 35 years, whatever it is for the state, and you retire, you never get 100% of that retirement. I think the most you can get is like 90, 92%, something like that. But they're going to ding you every chance they get. They passed this law just before I started working for the state. I wasn't even aware of it. And when I hit 10 years at the state, I got a letter from Social Security saying I was no longer eligible to pull Social Security when I retire, even though I paid into it for 40 years. And I'm like,
hell to the no.
we're going to be having a fight over this. And evidently, in the past couple of years, several of the representatives, state and federal House representatives in Louisiana, were informed of the same thing, and they're pitching a fit about it.
Yeah, they said,
And
hell
so they're
no.
trying to get a new bill
When it
passed.
came to them, they're not going to suffer.
And they're trying to get a new bill passed that would make the old bill go away, and you will be eligible for whatever you paid into your Social Security, as well as your retirement. You know, but I think about people that worked in some states, like I think it was Wisconsin or Michigan or something like that, where like their teachers fund and all this stuff, and then because the state squandered the money in the accounts and foolishly bet it on certain things, these people that were on fixed income suddenly lost their retirement. They're no fault of their own. And they don't get Social Security because they never paid into Social Security. They paid into their retirement fund.
Wow.
Wow, I've never heard of such a thing. I just know in our state
I
that
know.
everybody has to pay into Social Security, and nobody is saying that's like saying if you saved a bunch of money while you were working, that you shouldn't get your Social Security because you have a bunch of money already. No, you paid into it. It's yours. There's something wrong with
That's
Louisiana and Texas.
And the other states, there's several other states that do. Thank the Republicans, because
That's
they're
crazy.
the ones that have come up with these crazy ass laws.
Yeah.
And it was the
they-
Republicans that came up with it.
Yes.
Oh God.
Are you surprised?
I mean,
My
who else
cousin-
would come up with that? It wouldn't be the Democrats.
My very,
Absolutely.
very right-wing cousin called me last year, freaking out over the phone. Did you know they're trying to take away our Social Security? And I went, yeah. Well, how did you know that? I said, because they've been telling us they're going to do it for 40 damn years. Where have you been? You know?
Yeah. You better believe them this time, right?
Absolutely.
Believe it. Okay.
That's it.
That's
And
it.
one of
Yeah.
our state senator, well, one of our federal senators, Senator Cassidy, he's the one that crossed the aisle for the infrastructure bill.
Mhm.
He is also one of the ones here that's working real hard to try to get that law changed in Louisiana. And I actually sent him a letter, and I said, I don't vote for Republicans. I don't ascribe to all of your beliefs, but if you get that done, I will vote for you, because that's a major thing for me.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I don't think we really answered the question that she asked about Texas, but we definitely had a discussion about it, and I hope that helps.
Yeah,
I didn't
it's a
know
fight.
that kind of thing was going on. Okay, we have a different question. It's not really
Okay.
political, and I do not know the answer to this. Does white sage incense have the same effect as sage bundle? And if anybody knows the answer to that, please answer it.
It really pretty much does, although white sage is a very pure form of sage. And
Mhm.
it really, if you ever see the difference, it is very cleansing. Just right away, you can tell almost a higher vibrational energy, but they both clear because I've used both. But at white sage does have a very quick, powerful, potent result.
I
If
have
that
white
makes-
sage incense because I do
Yeah.
the doors and windows
Yes, they're
every
very
full
fast
moon and new
very-
moon because I have to walk around outside with it because I can't do
Yeah.
it inside.
Yeah,
But I only use white sage, and they have white sage bundles.
yeah,
You can buy them the bundle ones that's just white sage.
yeah,
You can also get loose white sage where you could just light it and let it burn in like a dish, a special dish or
Yeah.
ashtray.
and you can carry that burning dish around with the feather and go to all
Yes.
the corners
Yeah.
of your room
That's right.
saying whatever you want to say. I clear all the energies now. I say I bring in all the angels of light.
Yes.
I'm
I
bringing
go
in
around-
everybody who wants to come. That's all.
I'm sure my
That's my
neighbors
thing.
think I'm some crazy witch lady because they see me twice a month walking around the outside of my apartment at all the windows with burning incense,
Yeah,
and I'm just simply saying I reject anything negative coming into my home. Only positive can come in.
Yeah.
Anything negative that's in the home must leave.
well, you don't
That's
really want to. You know why you don't want to reject? You don't want to use the word reject because essentially all energy is God, and when the darkness is just the light's just not shining on it, the truth.
Yeah.
So that's you too. That's all of us. So you don't want to reject that part of yourself. So it's probably better if you rephrase that and say, I call forth the highest vibration of truth and light to enter my home, and only the highest vibration of truth and light may enter my home. So focusing on
Okay.
that rather than the,
That's
Oh,
good to
wow.
know. I didn't know
because
that.
you're rejecting
Yeah.
a part of yourself if you reject that. That's,
And Michelle just posted some really good information about white sage.
yeah.
Absolutely. And usually sage bundles, if you're just buying a sage bundle, they will have other things mixed in with it, like sweetgrass. And so it has the same effect. It just the scent is different. But otherwise, and it's your intention too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, because you're using it with your positive intention. So
Well, thank you, you guys. I don't know anything about this kind of stuff, and I knew you guys would. So I think you answered that question great. In my house, I live with somebody that has asthma, so I couldn't have anything like that in the house no matter what. But anyway, thank you guys so much for answering that.
Yeah, perfect. And Rose Blue just said the Swedish minister is there with Biden. They just applauded him because they just joined NATO.
They did.
Cool.
Well done.
Love it.
Yeah.
The strength of NATO that alliance is going to bring the world such peace.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is a unity that has a lot of worth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, Sherry has brought up
Rose Blue's
Rose
question.
Blue. Will Arizona indict 45 before
Scrotus decides immunity.
immunity? I was like, what? What's
What? No, that's a good name for them. Or for the Republican ones that are on there because
And Justice Stepford wife, she would qualify for that as well.
on this one, I really believe that the Supreme Court is not going to grant him carte blanche immunity. That's just ridiculous. And it's already been decided by another court. And for that, the only purpose for them to step in, they are on Trump's side. They are not doing their job correctly, but they just want to delay things. And so, but in the end, they have to agree with what has already been decided that no, he doesn't have that kind of immunity. There's a there's a limit on immunity, and you can't say that because he decided that the voting wasn't correct, that he, that it's okay for him to say that it was a fraudulent vote or something, when in fact it was really him being fraudulent. No, there's no immunity like that. And with all the other things he's done.
Yeah.
No, they just put everyone kind of on the defensive, and what are they going to do, and what if they give it to him? First of all, if they were to rule and say that yes, presidents have immunity, Joe Biden could stand up and go, great, thank you. All the looking into my son, that ends today. By the way, I'm not feeling really good about a November election. I think we need to wait a couple of years. I mean, you can't.
Yeah, be careful what
Absolutely,
you
it could
ask for.
happen, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're going to have to
I
give
love
a
that
decision before the election.
we're just a little
Joe
too busy
Biden is
now.
out.
Well, we won't do the election this year.
Yeah, exactly.
we'll do it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, by the way, we're going to increase the Supreme Court. So yeah, there'll be 13 judges on there. And yeah, the ones that we appoint will be all Democrats. Those of
And-
you that when we were doing the vetting, and those of you that swore that Roe v. Wade was untouchable, and then you changed your mind, you're fired. Yeah, I really feel for you. Anyway, yeah, pick up your slip on the way out.
And 45 and everyone that helped and was contributed to J6 is automatically going to jail. Prepare
Yeah.
yourself. The marshals will be at your door in the morning.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
You know, I mean,
Exactly. So yeah, no,
what you ask for.
this is their way of inserting themselves in there as if they are going to do something when no, they yeah, this
Yeah.
is all to appease him and to make him happy.
Yeah.
And they have no
Well,
idea
to
that number
appease their
one, come
money,
November, yeah, he's
their big
chances
donors.
are he's not going to be there in November. And when sane people start to take over, yeah, there's some people on the Supreme Court that are going to be going on permanent vacations to spend more time with their families.
Well, the way the Supreme Court is acting is it's just so wrong. And talk about a kangaroo court.
Yeah.
And it's really just so disheartening for America to see this kind of thing happening from the highest court in the land. So
Yes.
we've really got to get it back together and start doing things right. And that we can't have a bunch of people that they're not judging it by the law. However, the latest thing with that they came up with for Trump about taking off the ballot, there was a clause in there, and when I first read it, I thought that's what they're going to go for, is that now shit slipped my mind.
Like
that
with,
Congress is the one to decide who can be on the ballot. So I have a feeling that after the election is over and everything, that whole rule is going to change, and that we will come up with some better laws that enforce, because it's too scary to think about a dictator taking over. And that's what would happen if Trump was to get in there and be a dictator. I don't think we'd ever get him out.
No,
So,
no, it would be the last election that anyone would ever have any
have
say
again.
in.
Right.
And yeah, good luck in
Oh.
trying to get your rights back.
and as soon as that primary was over on Tuesday, there was article after article about all these people that are saying they're getting ready to move to Canada. They're moving in next door to Marina, and because they cannot deal with the fact that possibly Trump will be there. And if Trump gets in, they're gone, and they're going to Canada. So
Yeah.
I just,
And if they don't like cold weather, they're heading to Mexico. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
Exactly. And we'll ask you a few questions at the border. As long as you answer them reasonably, we may let you in.
I like
You know,
what Jana said.
And we want to
Jana
see
was-
your social media account. just to make sure.
Janice
that's
said,
me.
why,
"You get a
Crystal.
jail cell, and you get a jail cell." And
Yes, yeah.
Asked the special counsel Jack Smith, or special counsel Jack Smith has spoken to another mystery witness in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case against Trump. Who is it?
Yeah, who is it? Somebody they haven't.
Haven't come up with yet.
We haven't talked to
Okay,
them that we know of.
I'm going to
One
throw
of
it
the
out
unnamed
there.
conspirators.
Oh,
I'm going to toss it out, but Melania.
oh. Wow.
Or Ivanka.
No, she can't,
Wow, that is like.
can't testify against her husband.
But
She doesn't
can't
need to
be
testify.
employed.
She can just.
They can't make her, but she can if she wants to, right? Everyone.
Yeah.
Is that my
As far as I
understanding
know,
of the
it's
law?
if you volunteer.
If you volunteer to testify against your husband, you can't be made to. But if you volunteer,
You can
Yeah,
bet,
maybe,
you can
maybe-
bet Trump would bring that down so fast.
oh,
Hell no, she's not testifying.
well,
too late. Maybe
It's
a
already
That's
a
when
done
she
deal.
files
Jackson
for
would
divorce and says, "Sign me up, y'all. I'm right here."
You know, I don't believe that it's actually his wife, but I do think it's somebody within his circle. Obviously, somebody close, like those guys that they had down in Mar-a-Lago in the first
Yeah.
place that were moving boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those kind of people that is the mystery witness. The only problem with this is I just don't know if this case is ever going to see the light of day. I mean, they're just going to keep postponing it. And I had said early on that that what's her name, Cannon, will dismiss the whole thing. And God, everybody, when I said that, it's been almost a year ago, I think. And when I said that, everybody was up in arms. Oh God, Cleo doesn't know anything about politics, and she doesn't know what you're talking about. But I still think that there's a problem there. What were you going to say, Val?
I just wanted to say, but I feel that she will try and do that. And I feel that that's when they're going to ask her to step down.
Yeah.
And I believe that there is no way, shape, or form that's going to stop this case from going through. I'm not saying he's going to be functional at the time, or I don't even know if he has to be present, but they will have this trial and it will go on, and he will have there will be an outcome. And
before or after the election?
Oh, well, here's the thing about that. I don't really know for sure how this is going to play out, but I know for a fact that there is going to be something that is going to diminish Trump. And it could be several, like 3 different things. I feel like his health, something is going to go, some judgment or something going against him. And the final blow, a trial goes on, and it might be the Fani Willis thing. I don't know. And I feel like another domino fell, by the way, in her case, and somebody pulled away that was trying to prosecute her, saying, "Oh, it's not my jurisdiction." And so
Plus
another
there's
thing for Fani happened, or Fani. So the point of the matter is, I feel like some dominoes are going to fall for Trump before the election. So whether or not this case is heard before or after doesn't matter. Well, one of the cases will, and I think it's Fani. The dominoes will start falling. One of them is starting to fall, and that's that he doesn't have money to pay for these.
Yeah, he's begging for money.
Begging for them to. Oh, can you just take $1 million? Not be reduced. Now you're up to 445 million.
Exactly. And he tried to get the 83 million dropped, and Kaplan said no, absolutely not. So he is looking for money outside the U.S. because the banks in the U.S. don't want to touch him.
No.
He's a convicted fraudster.
They've been told they can't touch him.
Elon Musk just went to Mar-a-Lago, recently. And
And he probably laughed in his face and said, ha ha, I don't have the money for you.
Yeah.
And so he
Well,
called
I
in.
just figured he would be one to borrow from. He's got the money. He's got, he's very rich. So I just thought that's what he's there for, to either talk about it or help him out.
Oh, I'm sure he was there to talk about it.
Plus,
I'm going to tell you right now, he
there's,
didn't do it because he already got himself into a financial bind with X,
Yes.
which is X'd out. So
Plus,
so
a lot of
he had
people,
to
I think,
call
forget
the
about the fact that
Hungarian
we've got
president over to talk. That was, these things all tell the tale right in front of your face.
and we've got
I
another
didn't
woman.
get it here. I have to go there.
Right.
We've got another
And you'll
woman
probably
in
see
the
more.
mix.
So the
Ghislaine
thing about
Maxwell is still waiting for her turn to speak.
So the thing
You
about the
want to talk about
document,
tell some tall tales? I bet that
documents
woman
in
knows some
canon
dirt.
is that I never saw it going before a jury, but now as time goes by, I'm almost seeing, yes, if it goes through like Val's thinking, it will not be handled by canon.
No.
No.
No, Smith he is giving her just enough rope to hang herself so that he can then take it to the 11th Circuit and say this judge needs to be recused. A, she doesn't know what the law is. B, she definitely has a preference for one side over the other. She has shown that repeatedly. And then they take her off the case and that's it. Someone else takes over.
But the other problem is it would be after the election. But, if he doesn't get elected, which we are all hoping that, if it takes divine intervention, please, God, let it be.
Celtic Seer just asked if Trump still
I
owns
totally
his
can
property.
tell you right now, there is
or if
no
he's already
way
sold them,
at
but
all. No way. No way.
few
He's
properties
not
that he
lined up
owns.
to be president next. If you
Yeah.
really feel into it, he knows it deep inside. This is just his time to drag out so all these cases don't get to him. And he's like on a prayer and a wish, but it's not going to be enough. There's too much against him. It's like he is overshadowed by so much that's coming down on his head like this.
Yeah.
You can only keep up so much positive thinking.
Well, really, you're talking. I have been kind of down since Tuesday. So here, listening to you, Val, it just brings my spirits back up and gives me hope. So thank you.
My pleasure.
Yes.
Celtic Seer was also asking, does he still own his properties? Or has he already sold everything off? He doesn't own that many properties anymore, and he hasn't in a long time.
Yeah.
And the few that he does own the properties are mortgaged to the hilt. So even if he tries to sell them, he's not going to get any money from them.
No.
Exactly.
Because it's going to be paying off what he's already borrowed against them.
That's why he's scrambling, Sherry, like crazy to get somebody to invest in him enough to pay off all the. He's got egg on his face now because there's people don't even want to lend him in. Even Elon Musk won't lend him money.
I believe it was the first month after when Biden took office in 2021. Within the first month, Biden cut him off from getting the presidential daily briefing.
The security, the high security.
They cut him off high and dry and said, nope.
Jimmy Carter is still getting it, but they wouldn't let Trump have it because he was known to give out and blast out classified information, high level.
And that's why he took all those boxes, because he wasn't getting his brief anymore.
No, this was after. This was after he already had those documents. They'd already been having a communique back and forth. Please give us the boxes back. Oh, well, I don't have any. And that went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for like almost a year.
Yeah.
Finally, they said, well, we're going to come and search. They called them and said it. They went and got more boxes. They got them, but they only got
not
some.
all of them. But
now, then it was after that. Yeah, it was sometime after that they cut off his intel briefings.
He couldn't read them anyway.
So
You know,
True.
it's yeah. Unless they came with a box of crayons
Pictures.
and pictures.
They have pictures.
Yeah, exactly. This one is good. This one no good. Like
And we're
Well, they
having this
said when he was in
conversation over
office
the,
that
this next question from Marina. Trump is hoping to be bailed out by foreign money. Will the court allow this? Where will the funds come from? Now we were just discussing this. Where will the funds come from? And we're talking. You're Sherry's saying that he doesn't really have that much to sell.
no.
A lot of his stuff is made by just slapping his name on a building. He doesn't necessarily own the building, but he just has his name up there. And
the buildings that have his name are losing money.
Yeah,
So
they're taking his name off it, I think. But
Yeah.
so yeah, where will the funds come from? I still say it's in that coffin buried in the golf course.
Oh, there's definitely he's got to go underground for that one. But
There's something in there, but yeah, he could. Maybe Saudi Arabia might loan him the money.
that's my next guess is Saudi Arabia.
Would be maybe China will loan him the money. The thing is, if they loan it to him, they need to get something back in return, something of value. He doesn't have anything of value except some of the secrets.
He's going to have to dig the coffin up to do that.
Going to have to dig the coffin up. Now, here's the other thing. If he does accept foreign money, I don't know that the court will allow that, because all of a sudden he becomes what's called in the currency exchange world a politically exposed person, PEP.
Right. Yeah.
And they have to go through a much harder rigmarole to get anything done, because they are politically exposed, because you received money. Obviously, the other party wants something from you. So I don't know that the court would allow that. They would want to see where the source of the funds is.
Yes.
And who gave you the money, and how did you come by this money? He can't really do it legitimately. He's screwed.
He's screwed, and he's this close to having his properties seized by Letitia James. This close, folks. This close.
And to add insult to injury, Scotland is now looking into seizing his properties that he's bought over there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got court cases around the world, not just here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people are really aware of that, but he's got other troubles in other countries. So and this thing with E. Jean Carroll not getting her 83.3 million right now, it's incurring interest by
every single day.
Yeah,
$110,000 a day.
God, that's a shame.
Just wait for the properties that have to be sold, and we'll see which one goes first. But
and when they do put them up for sale, do you think someone's going to pay top dollar? Trump can say, oh well, that Mar-a-Lago is worth at least $1.5 billion. Well, yeah, if you could, under normal circumstances, find someone who's willing to pay that. But now that I know you're desperate, I'm going to offer you $500 million. How's that? Take it or leave it.
Exactly.
Right?
It's going to be fair market value of the minute you're selling it, and no searching around. They're just going to take it, and
exactly. Highest bidder.
It's going to be auctioned off. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if the government comes in and seizes it,
auction,
then it goes on the auction block, and it's just going to be with whatever
money they can get.
Yeah.
And exactly. They're going to start in the bottom of the basement for the pricing. So
of course, you
know what, Mickey? I have to say, I can answer for myself and say it's actually quite fun to sit and watch it play out and see how our predictions or our insights of the time, how it's revealed. So every day something new comes out and has us feeling what into that energy and what's going to shift, because these players all have different ways they could go. So it's constantly changing out there, what by everybody's free will, how this is going to play out. So it's quite interesting, and it's not, none of it's a done deal. So it's good to look at.
Were you answering this question right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Steve Watts says, fun question. Do you ladies and other readers get frustrated, impatient, knowing what's coming, but having to wait for the crap to hit the fan? And Val just answered it.
It can be
I
quite
just
fun.
answered saying that it's all in play, and we're just reading the energies of the time. So it's fun every day to see what comes out of it. And we read on every new thing that comes to see how the energies have shifted, because all of the players have free will, all of the political structure and everybody. So as you're looking at the energy that's playing out, you're getting a clearer vision, or maybe it goes in a different direction. So it's always evolving, and it's fun. It's ever changing. It's not like we're sitting for something that's written in stone.
Yeah.
Except that Trump won't be president. That's written in stone.
And I will say that this year we've all talked about it, how it's going to be such an up and down year. And, you know, one minute you're thinking, yay. And the next minute you're like, oh, wow, that's not good. And this is kind of what I've been going through all week. And I thought, I'm the one that's told you people that this is going to happen. And I'm the one starting to feel a little bit bummed out about it. Well, because I know it changes so fast, you know, the energy changes so fast, but the stuff about Trump does get to be so wearing. I mean, my biggest thrill when Biden became president is that we wouldn't have to hear about Trump anymore. And in fact, we heard about Trump almost every day, and certainly every week since Biden has been in office. So yeah, it does get frustrating.
Well, you know, I have to say, Cleo, in answer to that, I try not to listen to the actual news broadcasts themselves, because every network is slanted in their own way. And you know what I do?
Yep.
I just really rely on tuning into shows like Linda G or shows like ours, who are reading the energy honestly in the moment. And I feel good, because I know it's not a slanted poll. I know it's not a network pulling you in one direction by their rhetoric. I don't need that stress, and it's full of lies. So I don't subject myself to that. And maybe I watch Glenn Kirshner, who gives me a look. I get to see.
And it reminds me.
Yeah.
God bless Linda G. Please, I know what you're talking about. Watching her just saves it. I mean,
it saves it. And then you see Brian Tyler Cohen and Glenn Kirshner saying, well, this is how it legally normally proceeds. And then you get the picture and the legal ramifications of each case and Trump's only avenues. And you start to go, okay, settle it down. Let's talk facts. So you're feeling much better. Stop listening to those.
Right.
Yeah.
I cut myself off the news. I quit watching it. It was making me ill. But thank God for Linda G. I mean, a year before the election.
Yeah.
She on a live stream, and there was a whole truckload of us that heard her do it.
Yeah.
Said Biden's gonna win.
Yeah.
And when he does, we won't know for about a week, and people will be dancing in the streets.
Yeah.
Now she thought that was just going to be metaphorical, not literal.
And they were dancing
It was about a week. It went from the Tuesday of the election to Saturday when they called it. And within an hour, major cities across the world, not just us, but in other countries, there were people dancing in the streets.
Well, I was watching
and
her.
I remember she went on live, and all of us were telling her, you said it. You said it, you know.
I was watching her after Trump won, and the absolute comfort she gave hearing her say what was going to happen, it made you feel a trillion times better, because we all got up that morning and we go, what? Hillary didn't win. It's like, did we flip timelines? What in the hell
That's
happened?
how I felt.
This
I
isn't
was
right.
physically ill for a week.
Yeah, because
Yes.
it's like we switched timelines. It wasn't even, it didn't feel, what? This isn't reality. It felt
Oh, no.
really very weird. And
Yes.
she
Yeah.
took up the banner, and I'm going to tell you right now, she really, oh man, if I didn't have Linda G to tune into back then, I would have been so, yeah, it was a terrible experience going through that orange menace.
Yeah.
Who could vote for somebody like that is I didn't think anybody could vote for somebody like that.
No.
Was that even possible?
No, and I totally agree. I was not on here in 2016. Did I even know?
I wasn't either. I wasn't on here. I was a viewer watching.
No, I didn't know that there
It
was
was
psychics
before I
on here.
even knew about
Oh.
any of this stuff.
And so when Hillary lost, I was just like, I totally doubted my ability to predict anything.
No,
And
you
then-
were right.
Yeah.
She was supposed to win. We went to bed knowing she had won.
Yeah.
Because she
Actually,
was
she did win.
definitely, she won. She won it.
Yeah, she did.
Now the time we went to bed and the time we got up,
Two different
something
things.
happened.
Well, day and night, literally.
And Celtic Seer said, yeah, and I read this earlier. President Jimmy Carter said that Trump stole the election
He
and that
did.
it will be proven true in a few years.
Correct.
Yes,
And he's
absolutely.
taken that
It
even
was
further.
totally stolen.
And
Totally.
Jimmy Carter has said that Putin was the one
Yeah.
that pulled the strings to make him be the winner.
So Cleo, you weren't wrong. You were right. She
Right.
did
She
win.
won, she won the popular vote, but she didn't win. And the Electoral College, I hope to God that soon, it's been going on too long. We have to eliminate that. That this does not apply today with computers and all that stuff. That just is just crazy that those states actually decide who's going to be president. So, but and I think back, if Hillary had gotten it, do you realize none of this stuff that we've been going through for almost 8 years now
Yeah.
would never have been happening. And I know that there's a lot of people that thought Hillary shouldn't be in and couldn't do it right. I'm telling you, she would have done it right. She would have handled that pandemic totally different. And we would not have had the number of deaths that we experienced in the United States. And just so many other things would have gone so much differently. And oh yeah, I mean, I was just devastated.
Yeah.
Well, and really,
They
it
would
all
have,
started.
Cleo.
It
Yeah,
all
no,
started back in 2008 when Obama won, and half of this country went into some kind of a fevered shock that, oh my God, a black man is going to be
It's my
president.
favorite time in the last few years.
Yeah.
Obama is president. I was in euphoria.
Yeah.
Yes.
After Bush,
When he won,
I was like, oh, we
my
got
mother was in
gentleman
Phoenix with
who
me.
is-
I lived in
who
Phoenix
is a
at the time.
beautiful
My mom
human.
was with me. We were watching the returns. And when it came out that he won, she and I were literally jumping up and down in the living room in front of the TV, cheering and stuff. And then
So
both of
happy.
us sat down at the same moment together on the couch and started crying. We were so overwhelmed with joy that we could not contain it. And it was just, yeah.
There's a lot. Hillary would have done a much better job. However, let me kind of talk about the other side. Okay, is without Trump getting in, none of us would know where all these cockroaches are buried, because they have been underground and quiet for so long. They needed to be identified. And a lot of them have, through Trump, identified themselves as to who they are.
Yeah.
So even though, yes, I stayed in bed for 2 days and I cried for 2 days because I was sure that Hillary had won it, and how could this happen? She would have handled things so much better. But all this this misogyny, this hatred, this exclusion, it would have remained buried.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And you never know when it would have erupted,
That's
right?
true.
And those people
I
would have.
actually
So,
said that to somebody
yeah.
about 2 months after the election when they were lamenting about the horrors of Trump. And I said, you know what? I said, he's going to be the best damn thing to ever happen to this country.
Yeah.
Well,
And they couldn't understand why I said that. And I was like, no, not because of him. I said, it's because of what he's going to expose. And we're
Well,
already seeing it.
yeah, they've been saying for a long time, all darkness will be exposed.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
what is not hitting, the light isn't hitting the areas of darkness, and now it can, to bring it to the light. Once the fear, which is the shadow, is exposed to the light, it dissipates. And you get to see it in a whole different perspective. And when you do, you can make more informed decisions. And that's what this is all about. So
Well,
I just
love
had a
what you
bump
guys
on my
are
news
saying.
feed.
Totally,
just
totally
popped up.
agree.
I just,
Can I just say we're getting
Yeah.
towards the end of
Oh.
our time here.
yeah.
And then Lori Huntsinger said, I am positive that we're going to receive an epic miracle before election.
oh yeah,
Lori, I totally agree.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yep,
absolutely.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Something is happening. It
Oh, you
feels
can feel
magnetic.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel the energy. Can't
Yeah, you
quite
can
put my
feel it
finger on
coming.
it.
Right, right.
Just know that something is
Something's a brewing.
Yeah.
Oh
Big.
yeah.
You can feel it.
And I was just going to
just-
share. I had something that jumped up on the news feed.
Linda
the
says
corner
the
down
eclipses are coming.
Yeah. MTG just got into major big time trouble because she showed up for the speech wearing a MAGA hat. And that's like against the rules to wear anything political
Sure.
or
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Nobody said she had grace.
No.
I didn't hear that about her in the description.
Just goes to show you money can buy a lot of things.
And I love
Yeah,
what
Great.
yeah.
Grace sent one of them.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Celtic Seer is saying the U.S. will come back fighting. Women will not let up. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, we weren't able to answer all the questions on the chat from the chatters today, but we came across some really good ones, and I just thought the input from you three was great. I'm feeling so much better than I was
Good.
an hour ago. Really glad I came to this show.
We are too, since you were hosting.
So I think that unless somebody has some last minute words or some last minute input that they want to do, Sherry, Marina,
Breathe. Just breathe. It's going to be okay. And vote. Vote, vote, vote,
Yes.
vote, vote. And when you vote, make sure your family votes, your neighbors vote, your coworkers vote. If there's people in your neighborhood that don't have a car or can't get to the polls, offer them to bring them there and drop them off and come back and pick them up. I mean, become the neighborhood taxi, but get everybody to the polls. Because if we don't vote, then he'll
You may
walk
never
away
get
with it.
another chance again.
Yeah,
Literally.
Literally.
quite literally. Yeah.
So
Wow.
and the only thing that I would add is don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you enjoyed the message that you heard from us, and if it uplifted you, imagine how many other people out there want to hear that same message. They just don't know where we're located. So when you do the like, share, subscribe, especially if you leave a comment on our channels after the show airs, it really it works on the algorithm and it gets us out to a much larger group of people. So they
Yeah.
can hear the message and they can sleep a little better tonight.
And I believe everybody's streaming this to their channels, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
And,
Yeah,
and
we're all
Paul, did you have any final words?
Me?
Yeah.
Just hang in there, everyone. It may seem like chaos out there, and you may hear things about the polls. Don't believe the polls. Do not believe the polls. They are not accurate. They weren't last year or last time we had the election, and they aren't now. So do yourself a favor, lower your blood pressure, be happier, and don't watch any of that stuff. Don't listen to any of that stuff. All you have to do is remember that this is all going to give us a beautiful world where we have peace, and all the darkness that has been brought to the light is going to have its day. It's having its last day in the sun now, a little chirps here and there, and then finally it's going to settle down a little more, and Joe Biden will be our president again, and things will look a lot better. And even though they don't look that bad now, don't worry, things will get better than now in the world. Overall, autocracy is not the way of the divine feminine, and the divine feminine is here with a roar across the world.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sally. I got it.
Beautiful messages from everybody. Well, thank you so much, the chatters, for coming. I'm sorry we couldn't get to all your questions, but I hope that what we did have to say leaves an impact on you. It sounds to me like things are going to just get really good. And I'm really looking forward to that. So anyway, we're going to head out. Thank you. And we'll see you probably in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yes, in a couple of
Yeah.
weeks, Val will be hosting.
Oh,
All right. All right. Bye-bye.
Take
Bye,
care.
everybody.
Bye-bye.